Hello, I'm Pamela Davis. Welcome to episode 203 of the Well Done Life podcast. Hello and welcome back to episode 203 of the Well Done Life podcast. I'm your host, Pamela Davis. If you are new here, hey, how are you? I hope that you will stay for a very long time. Welcome and bring lots of friends because there's always space at the party. And if you've been here before, you guys know the deal. I love you deep. Thank you so much for continuing to support me. To be at 203 just blows my mind, and I wouldn't be able to do this without you. So thank you, and I hope that you'll stay for a long time. Bring lots of friends. Be a part of the party. You've an old hat now, so it's time for you to step in and start inspiring. Before we get into this week's episode, I like to be really foundational. It's really important to me that I set this party off right. I got to let you know what we are doing here and what this space is about. This is a safe space for women, and so with that, I like to treat this safe space like a house, and I want to make sure that our foundation is strong. So I want to talk about two very important foundational tenets, and that is clarity and love. Clarity is very straightforward. I just want you to understand that this space that is for women is a safe space. I created it because I believe that women are the foundation of society. I truly believe that by sharing our stories, the good, the bad, the ugly, that we give each other a chance to be inspired, that we give each other a chance to heal, that we give each other a chance to show that there is nothing that you really can't accomplish when you put your mind to it. So I like to share my journey and spotlight other women because, again, like I said, I want you to see yourself in them, and I want you to learn from us. I especially want you to learn from me. Don't make some of the same mistakes that I've made because you don't have to do that. We all have an opportunity to be better. And so this space is for us. This is what we do here. We share, we love, we grow, we inspire, and we build together. So welcome again. And then that leads me into my other foundational tenet, love. I'm a sucker for love. I believe in love. I am in love. And it's a beautiful thing. And with everything going on in life, the one thing that we all should want to cultivate in our life is more love and attention, more love and care, and just make sure that we are giving that back out. So for me, that means that I like to make sure that I share prayers every week. It is very important to me because I believe that prayer is magnified by two or more people coming together. And so I want to make sure that this week and every week I share my prayers and love for you because I'm truly believing with intention that we are changing and shifting things with the power of our words and the power of our love and support and prayer. So my first prayer for you this week is the prayer of peace. With everything, like I mentioned, going on, I've talked about it extensively last week in regards to the election and post-election and where we are and preparing. I really want you to have pockets of peace. I want you to be able to find time for yourself. There is nothing that we can do, really. I mean, we're in the season, we're in the end game. And like I said, I've talked about it ad nauseum, but it is time for us to hunker down and just do what's best for the people that we love and show love to people. So I'm praying that you are taking time to sit in stillness where you can, to reflect on you and your values and aligning with what goes in your heart and deciding a path to move forward, because that's the best thing that you can do right now. You can sit in anger, you can sit in frustration, but it's not going to change anything. What's coming is coming, and this is what people wanted. So now we're all along for the ride, whether we want to be here or not. And we need to make sure that we treat ourselves with love and care so that we can act accordingly when the time comes. And so with my prayer of peace, I'm also sending you prayers of clarity because, again, that kind of goes aligned. Having those opportunities to sit in stillness give you an opportunity to get clear about your values, about your goals, about how you want to move in this next iteration of your life. And so I want you to have as much opportunity for clarity is possible, to see things as they are. Don't be blind to facts, but also you don't always have to walk around so negative. There is the possibility of hope. I felt a little hopeless myself recently, but I don't feel that way anymore. I still have hope because I am believing that there are people out here who are better than the sum of the parts that have put us in these places. And so I am believing that there is still an opportunity for us to move forward in the right way. I'm still putting up my superhero cape. I'm still standing on business about that. But at the same time, I still believe hope exists. Hope is not lost. And so I am redirecting my energy into myself, into my family, into building spaces for women that will empower and support. And I refuse to lean into the fear and the divisiveness that seems to constantly be filtered at us. I am looking forward to doing what I was born to do. Yep, I'm looking forward to doing what I was born to do. And I am very clear about that. And I suggest you get very clear on the path that you will be taking forward. So like I said, I want to send you prayers of peace, prayers of clarity. Of course, I will always send you prayers of abundance. I truly want you to be abundant in your spirit, in your soul, in your body. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well. But I do. This is a season of abundance. I am truly claiming exponential blessings for us. And I want you to claim exponential blessings for yourself. I am truly believing that we will be abundant on all levels of our lives. It's just going to take us being very focused and intentional about how we are going to move forward in these next few years of our lives. And that's how it really always is. It's not necessarily special for an election season, but I think sometimes it's very easy to get comfortable. And seasons like this prove that you can't get comfortable. You cannot rest on your laurels, especially when it comes to you, because you have to preserve you. You have to preserve your family. You have to focus on what really matters. And so this is a season of getting back to the heart of the matter. And a lot of times the heart of the matter is you. So I hope that you will take that time as well so that you can get back to you and get back into the abundance that God has for you. And so that you can share that with those that you love and inspire and build beautiful things that will serve other people. Because that is our bill, as I like to say, for our time here. We create great things in this earth and do good things for others so that we can be blessed too. So those are my prayers for you this week. I hope you can definitely feel my love for you. I am recording on Saturday, November the 16th at 6:55 a.m. A little later for me, but it was actually right on time. It's just been kind of hard coming back a little bit more consistently earlier during the week. It's just like I really find that, like I said, I have to take pockets of peace. I have to get clear about how I want to come to you and make sure that, I'm giving you my heart completely and in the most honest and open ways that I can. And I'm still processing where we are. But like I said, today feels good. Today feels like I've turned the corner. Hope still exists. My focus is still where it needs to be, and I'm ready to move forward. So let's move forward. And so before we dive into this week's episode, I want to thank everyone for their support of Truth and the End Game, Truth and Consequences. I know that episode was very pointed in regards to what happened post-election and where we are moving forward, but I just felt like it needed to be said because I just think people need to understand that, Black women, we are done. Like, we are so done right now. It's not even funny. And it doesn't mean that we don't want the best for anyone. It doesn't mean that we don't believe in hope. Like I mentioned, hope is back. I have hope. But at the same time, I also have renewed focus. I have renewed focus in the sense that I need to make sure that I am preserving me and the ones that I love, and that I am building spaces for women that can overcome tyranny, that can overcome systematic oppression, that can overcome abject fear. So I am going to focus on doing amazing things, but I am not out trying to save the world. And with that, I'm also realizing the importance of standing on business. I'm standing on business about my values. I'm standing on business about myself. And that's really what I wanted everyone to kind of take from it, because Because like I mentioned last week, in the season that we're in, really there should be no reason why you play yourself short anymore. And I'm not going back into the full litany of everything that I said, but ultimately I want you, before I transition off this topic, to remember this one last thing. There is no reason for you to play yourself short anymore. There is nothing that you cannot accomplish when you put your mind to it. I mean, literally, the bar is in hell. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but it is funny, but it's not funny at the same time, because literally we are in a season where you have seen people elevated who are convicted felons, and they can have the highest office in the land, but you will sit up in here and tell yourself that you can't start a business. That doesn't even make sense. So I'm saying that to say to you, this is your time to stop playing. Start getting serious and go get it done, because that's what you are supposed to do. That's what you were born to do. And it's time for us to live in the season of what we were born to do versus focusing so much on what somebody else is doing. It's time for us to stop playing small. So stop playing small. So enough, like I said, I can't, because I don't want to start belaboring the point, get back into it. I'm actually shifting, and it feels good. And it doesn't mean that I've forgotten where we are. That's definitely not it. So please don't mistake it. But as a part of me like shifting and refocusing and getting more clear about myself, I've had the opportunity over this past week to really start to dive deeper into my health. And it's been a little bit since I've actually talked to you guys about my health journey. I came to you guys, if I think about it, almost 60 days ago, and told you guys that I had made the decision that I wanted to lose weight, that I was ready to get in a season of health because I'm trying to be the best version of myself. I'm taking the limits off, and I want to see what this body can do. And so I haven't really had a chance to kind of check in. I got distracted, but now I'm refocused. I'm back dialed in, and I want to talk about health, especially for women who are in my age bracket, over 50, who may be in perimenopause or early onset menopause, or women's health in general, because America has a problem. Like, for real, America has a problem as it relates to women's health, as it relates to our healthcare, advocating for our healthcare, getting the treatments that we deserve, understanding that our bodies are complex and that we need more individualized healthcare, especially as it relates to entering into menopause. And so I had the pleasure actually last weekend of attending an event here in Lake Nona called Women's Health Conversations, and it was hosted by Dr. Vonda Wright. Dr. Vonda Wright is a leading orthopedic surgeon who is based here, who has recommitted some of her career to talking about women's health, especially as it relates to entering into menopause. I mean, menopause is something that's going to affect every woman, and it can happen at different times based upon what type of health challenges that we're going to encounter. And so it was phenomenal. There were about 500 women in attendance, and I think we actually started, I want to say at like 8:30 in the morning and ran until 5, and every 20 minutes, excluding lunch and a few breaks for movement and fun, were packed with amazing speakers. And I'm talking about experts in the fields of women's health and orthopedics and fitness. I mean, Chalene Johnson was there, or Chalene Johnson, excuse me. She is known for her workouts, Beachbody, PiYo, so much amazing energy, and some of the best, I'm talking leading doctors in menopausal health were there. And it was just such an awesome space, because literally it was a space where you could ask any question that you wanted to ask and it was answered. I mean, literally, I asked a question in relation to, I'm just being honest, I'm going to have a hysterectomy next year. I have to have one. I just recently was diagnosed with a fibroid. So yes, like ladies, that is also something I probably should share. I was diagnosed that I have a fibroid the size of an orange. That's how big it was when it was first found. And I'm in my 50s, and I've never had an issue with fibroids before. before. And so now I kind of, after talking with the gynecologist and making decision, I'm going to have a hysterectomy and remove my uterus because, believe it or not, you can actually get fibroids while you're in menopause and postmenopause, which is crazy. Never would have thought about it, and never even knew that that was possible because I assumed obviously once you start having a cycle that that was done. But no, there are still gifts that can happen in the world. And so I am having one. And so I was just curious about aftercare. And I'll be honest, my sexual health, how that would impact posture performance based upon the type of technique that is used. And so we discussed it. And also we discussed, hormone replacement therapy. I'm not educated on it, so I'm not going to speak quite a bit about it, but I can say I'm assuming I'm perimenopausal. Like I've had many different chains of thought. And so I actually even wound up scheduling an appointment with my gynecologist because that's one thing that I feel like I need to say as a woman, and especially as a Black woman. I'm sure other women feel this though, and you're not Black. I feel like I have to advocate so much harder now for my health. And I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. I feel like, especially now after 50, I have to have a team. Like I have a health team. I don't have one doctor. Those of you that are under 40, I commend the fact that you have a primary care physician and you probably are just navigating life in this beautiful way. And you might also have a gynecologist. So I'm going to say you have a team of 2. I'm just going to tell you in advance that when you become over 40s, going into the 50s, especially, you're probably going to have a team of 3, 4. Like if I literally think about my health team, I have a team of 3, 4 doctors that I'm going to. I'm literally going to someone for obesity. I'm going to someone for my primary care physician. I go to have acupuncture. I go to a therapist. Like I really have a team. And I know for perception's sake, a lot of people be like, oh, that's too many people. There's so many doctors, whatever. I have medical care for a reason. You have health coverage for a reason, God bless. You're for the reason to use it and to prevent you from needing something catastrophically taken care of later. And so I have recognized that at this ripe old age of 51, about to actually be 52 if we really want to talk about it. I'm going to be 52 in February, y'all. Can y'all believe that? And I still look good. Praise the Lord. I have a team. And so I need to get the team in order because I'll be honest, I'm not getting the information that I need from my gynecologist. And especially as it relates to hormone replacement therapy, because all truth aside, everything bottomed out. Like vitamin D went to the crappers. My cholesterol now is elevated after being beautiful just a few months earlier, and I haven't changed my eating habits. I actually think I'm even more diligent about my eating habits, and I'm holding on to weight a little bit harder. Yeah. And I am. I'm holding on to weight a little harder. Like it is not easy in your 50s to lose weight. So I don't want to hear anyone act like it's not. I've talked about the weight loss journey before. It's not easy to lose weight in your 20s and 30s. It's really hard losing weight in your 50s. It's like a science. And so I've had to get the team together. And so part of the team is I want to talk about hormone replacement therapy. I feel like my gynecologist, she kind of brushes around it. And previously in my younger phases of life, I had an area of concern in reference to cancer. And so as a part of that, I was told, because that was the philosophy back then, that estrogen would obviously feed it, and it does in certain cases. And so I was always told that I would never be able to take hormones. That included birth control. So imagine riding out your early 20s into where I am now with no birth control. It is definitely a journey. And so I've been along this philosophy for so long that I'm like, let's talk about what modern medicine has done. I mean, there have been so many advances, and I hate to say it, as women who go to physicians, a lot of times we don't sit down with our doctors and have informed discussions with them because we're not educated on what the advances are, and we don't know how to approach the subject. And I have to give all credit to Dr. Vonda Wright and the women's health conversations that I attended last Saturday. It helped give me some lyrics to be able to sit down and have conversation with my doctor. And I'm very excited. I'm about to put it into theory too. I made an appointment. God knows I'm probably going to have to wait like 2 hours to see this woman because she delivers children and she's an amazing gynecologist here. But I'm going to wait these 2 hours and we're going to sit down and talk about hormone replacement therapy and put a plan together, because I am not going to not have the best life possible because I'm not taking advantage of all the resources available to me. And let me put that again. I am not going to have or deny myself the best life possible because I'm not taking advantage of all the resources to me. I can have every fear in the world about hormones, about putting things in my body, about all these things. But medical research is there to support me. I can take chances with my health and talk to my physician if I trust them and put together a development plan. And I've done my research and I want to do things a little bit differently because, like I've mentioned to you guys before, my 50 is not my mama's 50. My 50 is not my grandmama's 50. My 50 won't be your 50, but it's going to be my 50s. And I'm going to maximize it. So I'm saying that because I think I want to inspire you. I know I want to inspire y'all to take better control of your health. Don't wait. If there is a weight issue and you know it's a weight issue because it doesn't feel good to you, it's impacting your health in some way, it's going to stop you from being vibrant, having the vitality and life that you want, you need to fix it. You need to stop making excuses about it and you need to fix it because the tools and the resources are out there. Don't get me wrong. The fear is always there. I get it because, we can't trust. There's always things. It could be a KO conspiracy with all these hormones and things that they have going on. But you have one life to live. You have one body to have. Take care of your body. Do the right things by it. There are a lot of things that you can do in a homeopathic way, as well as maybe there's some things that you need to do in a medicine way. And you need to do them so that you can live your best life. A lot of times we get so focused in thinking that we have to live the way that our parents lived. And that's the only journey that we have because they had a great life. You are 100% right. But our parents went through all the things that they went through so that we could have better. So now that we're in a position to have better, we should have it. And that's where, like I said, I'm going to sit down. So I'm really excited about that conversation. And I'm really thankful to that conference because it opened my eyes and gave me some really great resources. I picked up 2 books, The New Menopause, and I can't remember the name of the other one. I'll put it in there, but as it relates to sexual health, because I'm 50, I am in love. I want to enjoy myself, and having a vibrant life on all levels is critical to me. So I'm really excited about reading those books and really diving in because, again, I think we're at that season of our life where we have to be informed, where we have to take care of ourselves. We have to prioritize us. If we don't prioritize us, how do we expect everybody else to make it? I mean, come on. We are the rocks of our families. We are the rocks in our household. We are the rocks for ourselves. Be good to you first. So you have to be good to this vessel that God gave you. So I'm very excited about that. And that kind of, like I said, wanted me to sit in accountability and talk about where I am on my journey. Because I've been honest about wanting to lose weight. I have lost weight. I am now almost 60 days on a just like a lifestyle change in reference to my diet, eating more high protein, low carbohydrate, and maximizing working out. I do currently, I have a Peloton. I know I've talked to y'all about it. I love my Peloton. Me and my Peloton go together hard. I ride at least like 4 times a week, 4 to 5 times a week. And it has definitely been serving me. I've lost a significant amount of weight over the years, getting to this point. But since I've been working with my obesity medicine specialist, Dr. Jodine Hill, I have lost in the 60 days almost that we've been together, I've lost a little over like 12, almost 13 pounds. And with that 12 or 13 pounds though, where I am now, I just went yesterday. I've kind of hit a stall, just full honest. I kept gaining and losing 1.8 pounds. Like I just could not, for some reason, like my body was just like, girl, this is it. This is where we at. This 1.8. I would lose it one week, gain it another week. And so this past Friday when I went, I was up 0.6. And we made the decision that it is time for me to start a GL1P. So, yep, I started my first shot yesterday. I feel fine. Like, I have to admit, for a hot moment, my mind, as soon as it went in my body, it was like, oh my God, okay, what's going to happen to me right now? Like, what's really going to change? Of course, you know, the typical mind freak out. But essentially, we made this decision because it will help me kind of calm down about how I'm working through this, because I am really regimented and it was a lot. Like, Dr. Hill actually was at the conference with me, and she was so cute, and we sat together. And so at lunch, I was like, you know, Dr. Hill, I really want to taste this. They had like these little cute little slices of like red velvet cake and desserts. I mean, the cake slice was so small, y'all. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of this restaurant called Seasons 52. You know, it's very healthy. And literally they had like these, and they put their little desserts in a jar, like a little shot jar. I had a shot jar slice that of cake I seen, and I was like, ooh, I want this. I want to try it. And I was like, no, it's okay. I'm not going to have it. And Dr. Hill was like, you should have it, because if you want it, it's better for you to take a bite and enjoy it, and then you'll be done with it. I'm telling you. And I was like, in my head, like the food noise in my head was no joke. Like, it just kept like going and going. Like, I'm trying to control myself. And I put sometimes that pressure on myself, especially because I'm going to be honest, I want this so badly. Like, I'm so committed. And so I don't know if anybody else has food noise like that, where you feel like, oh my God, I'm going to, every little thing, you know, and you put all that pressure in yourself. And literally all she's like, you're just driving up your cortisol. Like, I need you to calm down. You're going to make yourself hold on to weight because you're not calm. So I need you to calm down. And so part of the reason why she put me on it, she was like, because I need you to calm down. I need you to take this moment and have this piece of cake and just be okay. And so she was like, this will help calm that down so we don't have to have those moments again. And literally all I did was have a spoonful and I was fine. Like, I didn't even eat the whole cake, and it was pretty much maybe smaller than my pinky, which is crazy, but I was fine. So again, I say that to say, yes, I'm on a GL1P. I know that was a long rambly story, but I'm just bringing you into my crazy food mind world. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it does, because one of the benefits is it will calm the food noise. It helps to balance that out. And so, yeah, I'm here and I'm ready. And I'm really excited about taking this step. It was scary. I definitely didn't want to do it. I did feel like a little twinge, like I let myself down. But then that instantly went away, because it's like, I'm not letting myself down. I'm actually giving myself the leg up that it needs to continue. Like, I love this, the way that I feel. Out of losing these pounds, I like how I feel, and I love the approach that we're taking. Because when we're talking about weight loss, it's not necessarily just about losing fat. We talk about it in the term of muscle, and we talk about it in regards to, you know, how I need to work out now a little bit differently to make sure that my body is able to maximize results. And it's so funny, because I've secretly wanted to get back into the gym and work on weights, but I've just been kind of scared, because a long time ago, I had a catastrophic knee injury in the gym. And so it's like, I'm afraid to go hard, but it's forcing me now to realize that, you know what, I need to put that on the shelf. I need to heal past that and understand that that doesn't have to happen again this time, and that I'm ready to get back in the gym. I'm really ready to work out. So I'll be heading back into the gym and lifting heavy. And that is one of the things that we talked quite a bit about at the conference, about how as women, it is so important that we get into resistance training, that we lift heavy, because that's what's going to help maximize the fat, because we are trying to counteract muscle loss. So I'm saying that to say that all weight loss is not good weight loss, because again, we don't want to lose lean muscle. We don't want to be saggy. We don't want to not have our bodies maximizing fat and producing it and burning it in a healthy, efficient way, because we're, afraid to get in the gym or afraid of bulking up. I'm not going to bulk up. I'm never going to look like a man. Like I realize that. And they were talking about that at the conference. Like, we're not going to look like men. We need to go hard because we can, and we're going to love the results. Our bodies are going to be tight and toned, and I'm ready to be tight and toned. I've told you, I'm in this season season of my life where it's just like, I feel good. And I do. I look good for my age and I want to continue. So I'm ready to challenge myself. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at with it now. It is definitely a new cycle, a new series, but it feels good. And I hope that maybe by sharing a little bit of that, it'll inspire you to look at it and have those conversations, because this is a part of my team, and I'm really grateful for Dr. Hill. She's really changing my life and giving me the strength to do that, and helping me model what healthy behavior is like food-wise for my family. And that is something that is so important, because I do not want to have diabetes, and it runs concurrently in my family predisposition. And I am so blessed to not be there now, because at my age, my mother was diabetic. And so I have to be extremely vigilant and make sure that I don't have that. And I want to live for a very long time. My father passed away when he was 62. I plan on living past that. I'm not ready to go. And I want to live for a very long time, but I want to live for a long time vibrantly. And I want to be fully happy and complete. I mean, I have so many things to live for. You have so many things to live for. We have to take more control of ourselves. So I will definitely keep you guys posted. Dr. Hill and I kind of talked a little bit yesterday too about her coming on the pod. I have to set that up. So Dr. Hill, if you're listening, you know I'm going to come and talk to you about that next week. Of course, getting ready to go into the holiday is definitely on my mind a little bit, but not as crazy. I'm really thankful for that GL1P. It kind of calms that food noise, because I was like paranoid about, okay, what am I really going to be able to eat? And I don't want to do that. I want to have a good relationship with food while taking care of my body and being the best version of myself. And I don't think that's too much to ask. So I'm going to do everything I can to do that. So yeah, that's my update in reference to my health. And so yes, I will definitely, like I said, work on getting her here, because I want to have more conversations. But in the interim, I'll make sure I put Dr. Hill's information in the show notes, so that way everybody gets an opportunity to check her out. She's amazing. I love talking to her and seeing her every week. It is a part of my life. And so I hope, if anything, that I'm leaving you with some time to think about, your health team. Like, especially now, going into this season where we're preparing for 2025, it really is that time to start thinking about how you want to do things differently. There's things that you can't control, but there's things that you can control. Your health is one thing that you can work on. That is one thing that you truly can control, and it can help you be the best version of yourself. Be the best version of you, because you deserve it. It's not about trying to accomplish 811 things, maybe like me, because that's only part of it, I promise you. But I really want to be at a season in my life, especially now, where I give myself the chance to be the best version of me, the version that I only dreamed of, the version that I didn't think was possible, because all things are possible. Like I said earlier, the bar is in hell. It's time to stop playing ourselves short. So go out here for everything. That includes your health. And so I hope that you will take this episode as maybe like a clarion call, a little motivational boost that you needed to get yourself ready, because you can do this and you're not alone. I'm still going to share, obviously, updates on my journey as we go along. And so that way you guys can know where I'm at. And hopefully it will, like I said, inspire you to get where you're at. And if you need a little support, just send me a note, DM me. I'm always happy to support and encourage, because we deserve to be the best versions of ourselves. Like I always tell my love, I deserve you. You deserve me. We deserve the best life possible. So I'm saying this to you as well. You deserve to be healthy. You deserve to have the best life possible, to have all the things that your heart desires. Go get them. Stop playing you. There's nobody holding you back but you. So that is this week's episode. I, again, am really excited to be back in the scene. Next week, I am contemplating whether there will be an episode. I really am, because next week is actually Classic Weekend here in Orlando, Florida A&M University versus Bethune-Cookman, and I'm going to be out and about. But I will make sure, I'll probably know by the middle of the week. I'm thinking so far, yes, but we shall see. We shall see. And then in that episode or not, we'll set the foundation because obviously Thanksgiving probably won't be an episode, but then going into December, I want to make sure that I set the timeline for you guys so that you'll know what we're looking at, because yes, we will be going on hiatus through the holiday because I like to take that time to be with my family as well as to be with myself and make sure that I'm ready. I've kind of already started, like I said, preparing for 2025. I'm already planning for 2025, but I want to be intentional. I want to spend some time just kind of dialing into us. So I definitely will make sure I share all of that information too. So we have more conversations to have, essentially, is what I'm saying. I hope that you will take this time this weekend to love on you, to enjoy yourself, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.